Boss Baby. From now on, every animated show has to be like Boss Baby. Yep, Netflix really f***ing said that. Hey everybody, what is going on? Welcome to Regular Josh 1. Before we get started, make sure to hit that like button in this video, and if you're new, subscribe. So if you guys don't know, I love animation, if it wasn't obvious enough already. I'm sure that if you're watching my video or if you're subscribed to my channel, you also love animation. I am someone who watches way more animated content than live action content. Why? I just personally find animation to be more interesting, more fun to watch, more visually stunning. There's just something about animation that draws me to it. It's kind of always been this way. This isn't to say that I don't like live action shows or movies. There's plenty of them that I watch all the time, but I'm just way more passionate about animation if anything else. Both with shows that are more family oriented or ones that are more geared towards an older audience like South Park and whatnot. However, recently I've been finding it increasingly hard to ignore what's been going on within the industry. Time and time again, we start seeing just how much animation truly is getting the short end of the stick every time. It almost never gets the full respect that it deserves, and it's so infuriating. It is so often that you see creators of animated shows coming out and talking about how the industry seemingly screws them over. Netflix just became the latest example of that. If you don't know, there's been a lot of things going on with Netflix recently. When it comes to Netflix animation, the shakeups are very noticeable, with executives being fired to even some upcoming shows being straight up canceled. One of them being Bone. I completely forgot that this was supposed to become an animated series, but everyone is talking about this project getting shafted by Netflix. Why? Because this is the third time it's happened to this franchise. It was canceled by Warner Animation, by Nickelodeon, and now by Netflix. I mean, what is even going on? I literally don't get this. I remember reading all of the comics when I was in middle school. The library would always have them. I don't know how many people read these books or how many of them still read these books today, but it was still one of my favorite comic books to read back in the day. So when I heard that Netflix was making a series based on this, of course I got excited. I mean, come on, let's be real about this. An animated series based off of the comic series Bones would be badass. Now, I'm wondering if a Bones series will ever become reality. I feel so bad for the creator, Jeff Smith. It's clear that he wants this to become an animated series, but for some reason, these studios just don't see his vision. I hope it can happen someday, but that may be long from now. Netflix went from being the savior of animation, even with recent news of them acquiring the rights to Air Nimona, a film that was canceled by Disney and is now being produced by another company. People were really happy about that news. In fact, for a while, Netflix seemed to welcome creativity, and that's what drew so many animation creators to them. They had freedom there, and that's what they wanted. That's what any creator wants, the ability to bring their vision to life. Well, Netflix is now more concerned with algorithms and certain data, I guess, and is part of the reason why some of these creators have now gone back to places like Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network. To hear how they've been treated recently in regards to whether Netflix would continue producing a series or not, based on some supposedly staged and vague data that the company would give these creators, I can understand how infuriating that can be. What's even more infuriating is that out of all shows that Netflix uses as an example of what future animated shows should be like, they use not Green Eggs and Ham, not Centaur World, they use Boss Baby. Yes, Boss Baby. First of all, I didn't even think that anyone liked Boss Baby to begin with. Second, the Boss Baby series is one of the more popular shows for animation on Netflix. Look, I get it. Companies are of course gonna want to stick with what's making them the most amount of money. That's how businesses work, especially in Hollywood. But when you begin to focus heavily on supposed data and whatnot, instead of creativity, that's when things begin to take a turn for the worse.
Have you ever considered the possibility that maybe people don't know what's best for them? And by continually giving them the same crap, they'll never know what's different, so they'll just keep asking for the same crap?
Well, the chart says...
I'm not asking the charts, I'm asking you!
Well, the chart says...
You are everything that's wrong with entertainment!
But the chart says...
Netflix isn't going to look for the next creative idea for an animated show. They're going to look to see if that show can bring in Boss Baby numbers. This right here is what causes a rift between creators and studio companies. Creators are more focused on the stories they want to tell and the many ideas that they want to bring to the world, while studios are more focused on if they can make money off of these projects or if they're marketable. It's a very interesting ball game, and it seems like it's always a difficult game for animated projects. I really do wish that we can see a better future for animation in general. I think the reason why this recent Netflix news struck a chord with a lot of people is because we're just getting sick and tired of animation just being treated like shit. From people in the animation claiming it's only for children, to animators and artists not being paid well, writers getting paid less than their live action writer counterparts. I mean, there's a reason why hashtag New Deal for Animation is still a thing on Twitter. People are just fed up with the bullshit. Animation as a medium deserves better. But until executives learn that lesson, be prepared to see more boss babies in the future. I'm sorry, I still cannot get over that. Now, what do you guys think of this whole debacle with Netflix and animation treatment in general? Let me know down in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and hit the bell to be notified of my next video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, you're hearing it from a regular bunny in a regular world. See you next time.